Prepared Performers. Welcome to another episode of the Prepared Performer podcast. And today's guest is somebody that I haven't seen in forever, and I'm so happy to have her here with us today. We actually worked as singing waiters at Ellen's Stardust Diner together, and we fell in love because we both swing dance. And I was like, oh, I swing dance. And she was like, yeah, I do too. We both were sussing each other up, not trusting that each other actually danced, but we both actually know how to Lindy Hop, and so we were dance partners for a long time also. And there she is. Woo-hoo! Her name is Jen Brooks, and the reason that she is here is because she has started this awesome company called The Green Actor. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Thegreenactor.com.
Thegreenactor.com is their website, and it is a new way to put together a resume and a headshot. And I remember thinking about things like this a really long time ago. I never thought of a solution, but she came up with a solution, which I think is awesome. So Jen, tell us about the problem that you're solving.
Well, the problem that I found was, we all get headshots, and then, I mean, more times than not, we end up switching headshots at some point. And we wind up with like piles of headshots that we never used.
Right.
And I started looking into, the first time I ever looked into this, I was like, can I recycle these? Can I like shred them and take them somewhere? Like, I didn't really feel comfortable throwing away 8x10 photos of myself. So I kept looking for places, and all I kept finding was like, oh, photo paper's not really recyclable. So there's lots of solutions online about like, oh, well, you can make them into cards, or you can make them into this. And I'm like, well, that's not really a solution.
And with my picture on it, like, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not so sure about that. And then it kind of, like that thought went away for a while, and I just sort of went along because this is what everybody does. We get our 8x10 photos, and so I didn't really think about it. And then more recently, I guess in the last couple of years, my husband and I have been getting really green from like household products to everything. We're just trying to leave a smaller carbon footprint in the world. And my mind came back to headshots, and I was like, it's really unfortunate that we can't recycle these. And so I started looking into options for recycling, and they were basically like, nope, still, I mean, it can be done. It's whether your recycling facility offers it, which most don't. There are places that let's say you were to gather a bajillion headshots, they could do it in bulk.
Okay. And is that a service you have to pay for then also?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I had gone into reproductions in some of the printers out here, and I was like, could you offer like taking in people's headshots and then you guys taking them in bulk? And they looked into it, and they're like, yeah, no, it's not really worth it for us. So they are not going to offer that. But I did find that some people already do this, but I wondered why we couldn't print headshots on comp cards, on cardstock, which is what models do when they print their comp cards with the different pictures.
Yeah.
And then
any sort of photo paper. I guess it's been a long
time.
It's
not photo paper. It's literally like what a postcard is printed on.
Okay, yeah.
Looking at my postcards thinking, well, why couldn't I just have a bigger version of this? And then this can be tossed into the paper recycling.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of grew from there. I was like, well, why do they need an 8x10 of me anyway? Like, that's a really big picture.
Yeah.
So I just started thinking, is it possible for us to create like a large postcard that had our resume and headshot on the same side? And it's sort of like a larger calling card, just to be like, here's my picture. You don't need, it's a 5x7 picture. And here's like highlights of what I've done,
Are you, okay, so show us, so what she's done to put together this like amazing new template and thing. It's awesome. So so show us.
Yeah, so this is what I came up with. This is on what's considered matte cardstock, but you can see it still has a little bit of a sheen to it, kind of like a postcard. Okay. You can hear it's got a little depth to it. Yeah. And this can be like if they're not casting you, or they have a pile of headshots that they want to chuck in the trash, they can put this in recycling with all the other paper recycling, which you cannot do with headshots. You could throw it in there, but it's going to get tossed out when they, go through their process at the recycling center.
Which I think about that part of it, actually. I think about how much we need to recycle them, or how much we end up with leftovers, but casting agencies must end up with I worked a little bit in a casting agency office. They end up with like piles and piles and piles of headshots. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like we go to an audition and there's people there. I mean, you know, like 30 might get called back, so the rest of those headshots are going in the trash. Maybe they'll go in a file for later. Maybe, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But eventually they're going to go through those files and like clear them out eventually, and they have to throw them away.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just a way.
When you said that it's I don't remember the word you used, but a collection of the things, highlights of the things that you've done, is this resume smaller than what you would have if you had it on the back of a full headshot?
This is actually my full resume that I've been using. I mean, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it still has 12 theater credits listed.
Yeah.
That's a decent amount.
Which
I don't know if you can.
feel like when my
And it still has like.
Yeah, it looks perfect. Sometimes people come in with so many things on.
Yeah, I mean.
Like, you have 12 ensemble roles of the same theater, take some of them off. Like, you don't need all those on there, you know, if they're not tell your story.
Yeah, it's like put the best stuff, especially because you really should be using your resume to highlight the work you want to be doing as well as the work you've done. But if you don't want to be playing chorus parts, don't put a million chorus parts on there. Put the leads that you've had or the secondary leads or, you know, and then what I did, because like lots of people like to have certain credits on there because let's say you've done White Christmas with Randy Skinner. You want Randy Skinner's name on there.
Yeah.
But maybe you've done a bunch of Broadway shows and maybe it's not the top credit. What I did, just to save room for me, was I just put professional references at the bottom, people that people could contact that had like a nice, reputable name.
That's
like
awesome.
I just put, in New York, you could contact Bjork Lee. I did chorus line with her. That's a name people know. Yeah. So like, rather than putting every chorus line I've ever done, I could just be like, you can call Bjork and she'll give me, you know, good word of mouth.
Did you ask them before you did that?
I haven't yet because this is kind of a prototype here.
Okay.
Most of them, most of them are fine. Like there's a few people that I still need to contact and just be like, you know, you're on there as a point of reference, but
usually like when we have the places we've worked, I always put the director and the choreographer. I don't ask them when I do that, but
yeah. I mean, the reason they're going to call is because they see their name on my resume, which they assume is already on there. So
yeah. Cool. That's awesome. So
yeah.
My next question, because like I have a resume template that I have for my students on my website, but I'd love to be able to like how can we make the most of this? Like what's the way that we can go and join?
We have 2 templates on thegreenactor.com. There's a little place that says template, and we have it for Mac and for PC.
Okay, awesome.
What I ended up doing, because I downloaded that myself, Neville Braithwaite, who helped me design the templates and everything, he put them on there. So when I went to do mine, I downloaded it from our website.
Okay.
And I ended up, I'm enough computer savvy that I could tweak it a little bit. So I went in there and I moved the picture a little bit, and like they're all just little sections that you can move around and change. If you want this many credits, you can delete some rows.
Awesome.
So you might need help with that if you yourself are not computer savvy.
Do you have do you have services on there that people can purchase if they want to?
Yeah.
Okay, how does that?
So along with our template page, we have like, if this is not your jam, if you are not somebody who feels comfortable formatting your own, Neville will format it for you. And so we have it on there. You just put a little PayPal through. It's like $25 and he'll format it and he'll send you both the PDF version and the version that you can edit should you later want to like try it out yourself.
Amazing. So like if you book a show tomorrow, then you can go back and do it again. Amazing. Okay.
Exactly.
The other question that I have is, you have different casting offices that you've talked to about this, right? So it's like been approved by, so tell me about that, because I think that'll be exciting.
Yeah. I figured that would be the most important thing to have sort of their approval, because I know that's what'll keep actors. They're like, well, I don't want to be the only one doing it, or I don't want to walk in and have like a big casting office go, what the heck is this?
Yeah. Because it's so standardized. What we do is so.
Right. So we did make sure that this was still 8x10 format, so that when it's in the pile with other headshots, it's not like the big one.
Right.
But I brought this into Telsey and Company, and I brought this into Michael Cassera Casting in New York, and both of them loved it. They were like, they even had more ideas. They're like, well, why couldn't we make it even smaller and then do this? I'm like, baby steps. I was like, the important thing is that it can be recycled, and then I'm still trying to get in with, it's really hard to try to get in with the casting people and get seen.
Yeah.
just talk to them. So I'm still trying to get in with people just to get the word out. Like, hey, you might start seeing these, and I just want you to know that they're recyclable. So if you're handing these off to your interns to toss at the end of the day, please recycle them.
Yeah, totally. Gail C, I don't know if you know Gail C from Mojo,
Mm-hmm.
but Gail's a good friend. I don't know if you talked to her about it, but I'll just send
I
her.
think I reached out, but she didn't, and she knows me, but she didn't get back to me.
I know she has like, all of them have a million messages at all time. You know, they're always like so multitasking. Yeah, I'll talk to Gail about it too, because I know they all get so many messages from so many different places. What about have you reached out to any agencies about it? Because
that's my next step. I was trying to avoid creating more paper, but I think what we're going to do is kind of do a postcard just to get something into their office and say, hey, check this out. It's happening. It's not that we need your approval, but we want you to know.
And just
you
to
can recycle this.
Yeah, that they can recycle them. That's awesome. Do you have, on the template, when people use it, do they have anything like, it'd be cool to have a little sticker or something that says, this is recyclable? Or
it is. It's right down here at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, cute. Awesome.
So it just says, it has the Green Actor logo, and then it says, this resume can be recycled, and then it has the website in small print, just so in case, I mean, it's large enough that they can see it and they'll read it, so they'll be like, oh. So like, even if you don't book the job that day, they might put this resume aside and remember you and be like, I'm going to check out that Green Actor thing. That's cool.
That's exactly what I was thinking also, that because I had a student in here the other day and his special skills, he's 12, but he's awesome. And his special skills said British and whatever, like English accent. I don't know, had just an accent listed there. I was like, oh my gosh, your special skills is such a great place to, you know, put goofy things or put, as long as you can really do them. Like I have singing with my mouth closed on mine or whatever.
Right.
People ask about it. And so having that could even go into your special skills. Like, I'm a Green Actor. What does that mean? It's a conversation starter also. Yeah.
And it's just I mean, it's not meant to be, but it's a great way. If they remember you because you were doing something green, they remember you.
Right. It's just another.
Doesn't matter how they remember you, but they do.
Totally. Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Hooray. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And is there anything, they should go to thegreenactor.com or just?
Thegreenactor.com. We have even more information on there. And I keep doing little video updates. Like I took this into an audition. So I talk about that. And I talk about the little journey that we're having along the way. Like, cool. So it's interesting. We got a lot of videos on there, and we have a Facebook and a Twitter. So
yeah, and I'll post those links below in the show notes for today.
Awesome. Yeah.
So if you go to thepreparedperformer.com/podcast, you can find all of our podcast episodes, and we'd love you to leave us a review and go check out the Green Actor on Facebook and also their website, thegreenactor.com. Jen Brooks, yoo-hoo, yeah.